So, Dad.
Yeah.
Episode number 70.
Yes.
We made it.
Yes.
That's a lot of episodes.
Oh, yes.
So,
what questions have you got for
I
me?
got a couple of questions for you.
Go ahead. Shoot.
Let's talk about growing up in the city of Montreal.
Oh, yes. What do you want to know?
I don't know. Where?
City Hall Street. Now it's called Hotel de Ville, between Napoleon and Duluth.
Even then it was called Hotel de Ville.
Yeah,
in English, it's City Hall.
City Hall, yeah, but we called it City Hall in those days.
Because that's the English translation?
Yeah. I don't know, and I think it was Hotel de Ville.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, my address was 3969.
Wow, you remember?
Yes, and Yanni's was 3963. My grandfather owned those 4 properties, 63, 65, 67, and 69.
Yanni's the one who just died.
Who just died.
How are you related to Yanni?
Yanni's father and my mother were brother and sister.
I see.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, and I was a tough kid.
Were you?
Yeah, very tough. Very tough. And I was a boxer at the University Settlement, and Billy Zed was my trainer. Then I was very good in track and field. I held the record in the 100-yard dash. I was a good athlete, and I was a jack of all trades in those days.
But a master of none.
Well, I was a master, yeah. I took care of myself, and I took care of Yanni, and I was a tough kid. Nobody fooled around with me.
Did you get into fights ever?
Yes, plenty. They tried, and it's old stories, but it would take too long, so I'm not going to go into fighting. And in school, nobody bullied me.
What about the lady situations? How were you with the ladies?
Never a problem with ladies. I wasn't a bad looking, and I always had ladies. Never a problem with ladies.
You got married pretty early?
26 years old. I met your mother. She was 16 years old, and that was it. And she was very beautiful.
And you'll be celebrating your 50th anniversary.
Yeah, we did celebrate. March the 11th, we celebrated our 50th anniversary, yes.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
How was it?
Excellent. We all went out. We had, I got a bottle of red wine and a bottle of white wine, and we went in Dollard to a beautiful restaurant, and we had a beautiful evening for our 50th anniversary.
So when you met Mummy,
yes,
I'm sure you had to meet her father at the same time, Grandpa?
Yes, I met him after, and he wanted the hand, but I didn't know from a hand those things.
A what?
Yeah, the hand to marry his daughter. But
you mean he asked you if you wanted his daughter's hand in marriage?
Yeah, so I didn't know, so he came over to me and he says, I understand you want to marry my daughter. I said, yeah. But he had me checked out.
Yeah.
He had our family checked out, who I come from, where I come from, and I passed the test with flying colors.
I don't know how you passed the test with flying colors. You said you weren't the greatest of kids.
Well,
your parents were poor.
No, not poor. Well, my grandfather had money, and he owned the properties. My mother worked.
How come you never got that money?
How come I never got what?
Your grandfather's money.
Well, he bought all of his 4 kids' properties, Lord.
So didn't he give some to your father?
Yeah, to my mother? Sure, it was my mother's father.
So why didn't you get the money?
Well, we owned...
Your mother left you no money?
Yeah, no, we didn't have money on St. Urban. We only had the 3 properties.
So what happened to those properties?
I gave it over to my father. He needed the money. He collected the rent. He did everything. I was working. He wasn't working in those days, so he lived off the rent money.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Okay,
See,
that's
I
a
was
nice. Go what?
I was a good son.
I know.
Yeah.
Right to the day he died.
Right to the day he passed away.
You went to the hospital every week.
Every day I went to the Hospital of Hope twice, 3 times a week. Yes.
I remember going with you on Saturdays.
That's right.
And I would sit across the street and wait for you in the restaurant.
That's right.
And I would listen on the little machine the little music machine that used to be next to the table.
Yeah.
And I would listen to Island Girl by, what's his name? Elton John.
No,
I remember
it wasn't
that.
Elton John.
Yes, it
Island
was.
Girl.
Yes, it was. Don't tell me.
It was the guy with the beard that...
You don't even know what I'm talking about. What do you think I'm talking about?
Island something...
I'm talking about a little music machine next to the table.
Yeah.
In those days, the restaurants had them. Remember that?
I know, you put in 25 cents.
Right.
Yes.
And the song I listened to was Island Girl by Elton John.
Oh, Island Girl. I thought Island in the Sun by...
That's funny you say that.
Yeah.
It's called Seasons in the Sun.
Seasons.
And that was by Terry Jacks.
No.
That was my favorite all-time song.
Terry Jack, yeah. But then there was another one with Island, a duet with, what's his name? The country singer. With the white hair. I forgot his name. Anyways, that's it. Jack, yeah. Okay, anything else to be discussed?
That's about it.
Okay.
Next week we'll discuss something else.
Yeah, you'll write down what you got questions for me, and we'll discuss it next week.
Say goodbye, Dad.
Goodbye, Dad.